Are we live? Like, what's up? What is this? Okay. Let me see. Sorry, I'm checking out the live stream. Alright. So the stream health is good. I see Chandler Anthony said sup. Let me go back. Actually, I'm going to pop up the chat so I can read it live. I don't have to keep coming back on here. So one second. Let me pop this chat out. Pop out chat. There we go. Pop that down. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't mess up the recording. Hang on. Okay, there we go. That's good enough. So did I mess up the recording? Just gotta make sure. Ooh, it kind of did. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I just found something out. Hang on. Sorry, I'm new to the whole live streaming thing, but I'll get my style down. Let's see. If I do that, and then go to OBS. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just setting this up really quick. Let's decrease that just a bit. I kind of see how this works now. Let's see if that's good enough. Let me go to the properties and increase this opacity really quick. I believe it's in filters. Yeah, 100%. It's good. There we go. Okay, yeah, that actually doesn't look too bad. Just making sure. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Sorry about that. Yep. Let's see. So we are set. Now I need to get that chat back up. Gosh darn it. Watch me struggle right now. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Now I can see the chat live. There we go. Okay. Whew, perfect. Hey, if the music's too loud, I don't even know if you could hear it, but if it is too loud, just let me know and I could always turn it down or turn it up, but it doesn't even matter. Um, let's see though. So did you see the stock SPY? Chandler, I think we were talking about it on Instagram, but what happened to it? It's very. Hang on, I just got a text message. It's very almost right on. What happened? I was hoping for like a stronger push, to be honest, but it still did. If we were using my strategy where we sell the previous resistance, which makes me very consistent and don't really take red days, it still works out. Like I still cut a profit. Instead of taking a loss. grief. Okay. Um, I wish I could. Oh, Music Life. I'll join you guys in 10 minutes. Oh, Jason, I knew that was you. Um, okay. Yeah, definitely. All right. I don't know what I'm listening to. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of start jumping into things. Strong predictions. Yes, I agree. Um, oh my gosh, well I'm in manual mode. Auto. Okay, yeah, I definitely agree. Today worked out just as planned. Uh, and honestly, check this out real quick. I just want to show you something. Um, now if we do my Uh-oh. Uh-oh, got text messages coming in. Okay. If we do my trading strategy right, and one of my number one things in my strategy is you sell at the previous resistance. And this causes you not to cut, a huge profits a lot of the times. Um, Sometimes you get a nice run and you still cut a very nice profit. But one thing I noticed it does do is overall, Ricky left. Really? Oh, I thought he went live. I was like, what the heck? Um, oh yeah, so basically what it does allow you to do is stay consistent. And that's our number one thing we need to focus on is being consistent. Definitely for the new traders, you want to minimize the risk and take littlest red days as you possibly can. Because, red days are really crucial in the stock market. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard this kind of like term. Jason, I know you probably have since you're into real estate. Um, I don't know if you've ever heard the term. It's not where you sell, it is where you buy. Like if you take a car, Chandler, like for example, if you take a car, um, you probably already know this, but I'm just, spitting it out there for maybe even someone else that's watching. But if you take a car, for example, most people have a mistake of trying to flip cars, right? If you take let's just say a Mustang, a 2001 New Edge Mustang. If you want to, at the average, Kelly Blue Book or whatever, the average cost of this 2001 Mustang would be $2,000. And it's selling for, the average price of 2,000, max price of 2,500 bucks, right? If it's selling for 2,500 bucks on certain areas, certain locations, and let's just say you had the opportunity to sell it for 2,500 bucks, you don't it's about where you buy, not where you sell. So therefore when you cut your profit at the past or at the previous resistance, it's it's irrelevant, right? As long as you're consistently growing your account, right? So like if you cut your profit at the previous resistance, it's not where you sell, and that is us selling at the previous resistance. So it's not even, it shouldn't bother us, basically, is what I'm saying. It's where we buy at, that's what bothers us. And that's where a lot of people misunderstand things, is like if I were to buy a Mustang and I wanted to sell it for 2,500 bucks because that's what it's selling for, um, I'm not going to buy it for 2,500 bucks and try to sell it for $2,800 to make a $300 profit. I'm not going to do that because it's not selling for 2,800. You're not going to sell the car. What you do is it's where you buy. Try to buy the car below $2,000. Message 50 people until one responds with a yes. Um, and eventually there's going to be a yes, and you get a car for 2,000. Then you can sell it at the average price of 2,500, and there's a $500 profit, easily, almost 100%. So that kind of goes in trading too. Like, it's definitely where you buy. So in this beginning on SPY, you can see how it broke these highs. So it fell at this tremendous rate, and everyone's probably panicking, freaking out, saying, "Oh my gosh, it's falling, it's falling." Um, but what we all do is we just wait. We wait for it. Um, Not try to predict the reversal. Not buy in whenever it's showing signs of a bounce because we don't know how hard that bounce is going to be. It could have turned around right here and started making a downtrend, making lower lows. So we just watch, and then boom, we get our first break, right? So the start of the day, we're trading at 284.15 area. It falls all the way below to 283.40, and then boom, breaks where we were trading at the beginning of the day, right? Or at the beginning of the day, right out of the gates, we were trading around that 284.15 area. It broke up to 284.50. This shows that traders are willing to trade higher than its previous price that it was at before it fell. So it fell and it recovered 120%. 100% fall, 120% recover. Um, this is a signal of, okay, the higher low pattern. So now that it's broken a higher high, now you want to buy the higher low. That's the whole point of the pattern. Um, is now you want to buy the higher low. And what I mean by higher low is it hit a low right here, and now it hit a higher low. So its low here was higher than its previous low. So it's called a higher low pattern. So when it breaks its previous height, then it's growing. Now it comes back down for a good deal area, and it has this large pullback, and then bounces along this higher low area and pushes up, even breaks highs again. So typically, this is where I would have sold, right? Typically, I would have it would have came up, it would have came down for a good deal. You don't ever buy in until it shows a curl pattern, and then that's when you validate the bounce for, oh, this is the higher low. So we got the break of its previous high, so that's a confirmation. Now we're looking for a good deal area. It's about where you buy. Remember, so it comes down and shows this curl form right here, this big red candle, and then all of a sudden this green candle pushed up, and it closed way down here, but it was still above this previous candle. So technically, we're seeing a trend here. So basically, what I'm saying is overall direction's up on the 4-hour chart. That means you want to focus on calls because most likely it's going to be in your favor to go up. You know, if the overall market on the 4-hour chart is pointing up, it's pointing up overall, like making higher lows every single time, then you want to focus on calls or you want to focus on buying in for a good deal at a low price on a higher low. Because support will be your best friend in an uptrend, and resistance will be your best friend in a downtrend. Um, I would truly stick to uptrends; they're more, valid in my opinion. But check out what happened. I asked a couple people, and I think Jason, you said you were swing trading, if I'm not mistaken. I did notice, and that's perfectly fine because, in my opinion, it's a good swing. And that's why I said that on my Instagram story. That's why I said, are you swing trading or did you sell for at the previous resistance? I sold at the previous resistance because I was in an area with no signal. Literally, my phone kept just spiking to no service out of nowhere. And it, I guess AT&T is not that good in North Carolina. um, but I didn't really have, ooh, I'm seeing something here. I didn't really have great signal. So I went ahead and cut a little $500 profit at the previous resistance. I didn't trust it, and honestly, I was lucky I got filled. I'm not even kidding. I had no service, and I was thinking to myself, I have $2,000 invested, and it's about to disappear. So, which wouldn't affect me too bad. But at the same time, who wants to take a loss that big? Um, no one really, because the whole point of the stock market is minimizing your risk. That's literally the whole point of it. Um, but we get this W pattern here. It bounced down and hit this low, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Um, don't make it overcomplicated. But it did, it came down. It tried to push up to retest, and it couldn't, right? It could not break its fall. 100% fall, 50% recovery. It's not done falling, right? And then 100% fall, 100% recovery. Now we can look for a upside. So, Jason, this is in your favor. It's definitely looking like it's going to be hitting my price target of 287 pretty soon. I would recommend uh, selling at the previous resistance sooner or later. Has been retract Message has been retracted. I don't know what that means. You must have said something that the chat didn't like. um, But yeah, let me clear off the drawings really quick. I'm going to try to keep the live stream kind of short, not too short, but I want to probably end it around 11:15 to 11:30. I don't want to keep them too long because live streams tend to go by really fast without you even realizing it. Like you'll lose track of time pretty quickly. Um, let's see. And we all have an early day tomorrow for the stock market because look at this. I don't know if you guys saw this, uh, but see how it made this fall, right? it tried to recover. It's not completely done. It could open pretty low, but if it does, I'm going to be looking for a call because it fell 100% on this downtrend and then recovered 100% on, this downtrend 100%. So this is a bottomed area. So technically what we'd be looking for is a higher low. So even if it came back down to 281.99 to 282 area territory, I would still look for a call. The only time I would look for different is if it ever broke lows, then I would let it come back up and then probably short it. Um, but as of right now, it looks bullish in my eyes. No one can predict the market. It's just based on patterns right now. It's trending up and it's making higher lows every single time. Um, we can also go take a look at SQQQ. SQQQ is the inverse. What's up, Jason? I don't know if you tuned in, but I was just talking about how you're in that swing trade with SPY, and it's going in your favor right now. It just made 100% recovery, so um, definitely be looking forward to that tomorrow. Uh, so sleep good tonight. So and anything can happen, but the odds of it, it looks like it's recovering pretty well. So when we look at SQQQ, first of all, I'm gonna go to the 1 year chart. Okay, who's going to invest in that, right? That is such a decaying pattern. Like this, by the way, this is the inverse of SPY channeler. If you didn't know that, basically what this does is what SPY does, the opposite of. If I could pull up two charts here, SPY, you kind of see that. I know it's kind of hard to see, but see how it came down and pushed all the way up. This one pushed all the way up and came back down and broke lows. This one broke highs. Um, basically, what I would be looking out for here is this could be the bottomed out area for SPY and the top out area for SQQQ. Hang on, let me get that trend line tool. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can kind of see that, but there's a trend going on here, and the only reason I think it's going to reject from that is because number one, it's a decaying. It made lows here, so and that's not too long ago. That's kind of recent. So what I'm thinking is that it broke lows. It might come up and try to retest that resistance and then push back down. But overall, I think it's going to be breaking lows again. In fact, I'm going to be setting my alerts to break below this area on SQQQ. That'll allow me to understand that SPY is breaking highs in most cases at or below. I'll go ahead and do that because it's probably going to fill that gap that it created. Yeah, this China trade stuff has me on edge. I'm tempted to purge my phone. Yeah, no, I know, I know. Honestly, here's a good thing, Jason. I literally I hid my live news. I even turn off the notifications. Um, I don't know if you remember this, but in our Discord, did you notice how our technical side of point of like our side kind of went towards fundamental more than technical, and it kind of messed us up. It messed a lot of traders up in in the Discord, um, and I noticed that. Honestly, do not focus on news. The only thing you need to worry about in the stock market is if you hear something about trade talks or trade wars, right? If you hear something about that, then be more cautious about investing. But definitely, definitely don't let the news bother you. Just trade it upon the patterns. The only thing that does is it shakes with your confidence. It'll shake it out, and then you miss out on a good trade, or you cut a loss that you didn't have to. Um, you guys see this? So on the 1 year chart on SPY, see how it resisted here and then it pushed up and broke and then bounced twice. And then it came down and resisted three times. Well, it broke on that and bounced and broke highs. It broke its previous highs. So now we'd look in typically for the Goodell area, right? And what would be our Goodell area? The previous resistance. So if it broke its previous high here, the previous resistance would be here. So technically, that 280 area was the Goodell area. Um, But technically speaking, to be more secure with it, of course, we waited to invest a little more, but um, just because we want to wait for confirmation, just in case. Well, let's go to the 1 day or 20-day 1 hour. There we go. Um, we kind of got this downtrend that, and it's good to look at all your charts to get one image, right? Like put them all together to get one chart. You can kind of see how it's trying to go along this downtrend, right? But um, if it breaks this trend, then you're on the clear. And one reason I think it's going to break the trend, or at least retest the trend. All right, see, that's what makes my trading so consistent, and why I don't take red days, right? So check this out. Let's just say it breaks trend. Woohoo! We're going to 290 plus, breaking the previous highs, and it's going to be breaking the trend and come back down and higher lows, the typical pattern. Um, but let's just say it doesn't, and it rejects and starts making lower lows, right? What is my price target? I literally said it on Instagram, on my Instagram story, and this kind of shows exactly what I was talking about. My Instagram target is 287, and so basically, one reason I got that target is because either way, like this is where 287 is, right? It bounced here, it rejected, it bounced again, rejected, and fell, right? A bunch of rejections and bounces along this area, which makes it a heavy support and resistance around the 287.10. To be conservative, I'd say 287. But either way, check that out. See how it meets that trend line that's going down? That support and resistance is kind of meeting here. So if it opens up at 287, then do not hold to see if it breaks. Cut the profits, cut it at your previous resistance, which is 287, because if it breaks, then big whoop. If it rejects, then you didn't lose money. You stayed green, and you stayed really green. Because if you bought down here at the end of the day around 284 and sold at 287, you're in the clear. You're making good money. Um, even if you're up, $50 on a small account, cut it because that's growth. Because I guarantee that's probably like a 20-30% profit, probably more than that, in option trading. Now, if you weren't option trading, that is it's close to around probably a 2.5% profit. Talking about from down here to up here. But that's why I'm so consistent on trading, because most likely it at least retests this area, and even if it does start falling, at least I got to sell at the area that it could have possibly rejected from. And then when it does go back up, then all I do is I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look to take another position, and then if it breaks highs, previous highs here, then it'll come back down and I'll use that same exact resistance as a new support. And then I'm like, 43.20 today. I saw that, Chandler. That's good. That's really good. 43.20 is good profits. In fact, I love seeing people cut smaller profits more than I see people cutting bigger profits, because it's more realistic in my mind. Definitely with a beginning trader. Um, Definitely more realistic. But as you can see here, we're not breaking highs, so technically we still are on a downtrend, but it is recovering for a second test, or third test actually. So in my opinion, I need help setting up my paper account. I could help you out one day. We'll get on a Google Hangout and I can kind of help you set it up. Oh, I also wanted to tell you guys, or both of you actually, or if anyone else is here, I don't know how many people are in here, probably like two. But there's this on demand feature, and when you get like direct TV and you have on demand, you can rewind and go back and watch movies, and even though like basically like you can record it. Well, on demand on the stock market on thinkorswim is basically the same thing. You can set your date. It gives you, I think you start out with $100,000, which I would only invest 1,000 of it, and you can kind of calculate how much you make off of the 1,000. um, just to be realistic. But you can go back a certain day and it's real time market movements, and you could speed it up times like three, I think. So you can practice. Like, I don't know if it'll let us do that right now. I don't know what we're doing, guys. Oh my lord. This might make the stream lag. Ooh, sorry. Bad internet, bad internet. Um, okay, so we are on May 14th. You can see here, May 14th, the time is 9:25. Market opens in 5 minutes, technically speaking, if you wanted to practice. Um, so typically, what are we looking for? Because I'm looking for this thing to touch support again, right? It's gonna touch this area, in my opinion, because it's overextended. Yes, it broke highs, but now we're going to be trading the pullback because, or just wait for the higher low, and the confirmation, which would be best bet. But basically, you can kind of get that overall trend. What's going on here, how it's wait, go back a little bit. How it's well, it's really volatile. Pushes up 293, 90. It comes back down and rejects 279. So we are on this kind of support. It is showing the signs of curl. It broke its previous high, so technically it could keep going up. But if it pulls back and hits 271.72, then yeah, it could push up to 278. And the only reason I thought on demand is a great idea in the theory, but the Thinkorswim version was a little buggy last time I checked. Yeah, it is a little buggy. I think here, let's see. There we go. So you can see the 100,000 it starts you with. Let's see here. Let's go to the 1 day. Sorry. So we got our. All right. Let's get the trend line out really quick. It is 9:27 in the virtual world that we're in right now. It was a little slow, I think. Yeah. I definitely agree with you. It is a little glitchy and laggy. Don't get me wrong, but it is a good way to trade if you have the patience and if you have the discipline of not going in the future and like trying to read what it's going to do, because that would be pointless. But yeah, no, it definitely is a little glitchy. So it's breaking highs left and right. We got the let's see. Sorry, I get kind of quiet whenever I'm kind of breaking it down in my mind. Uh, it's kind of at its support if even if it did want to push up. A lot of things I've realized is these candles typically show direction. A lot of people get scared over these, but I think me and you, Jason, have actually talked about this. I looked at these wicks like this right here, kind of pointing towards the direction, like, okay, most likely this is going to start heading up, because it once was wanting to trade up here and people, sold or whatever happened, big deal. But technically speaking, they all kind of put in a price at 274.12, which was a tradable area for people. So it being at 273.30 is actually not a bad deal if people are willing to trade it for 274.15. That's how you got to look at it. Um, okay, let's see if it pushes back down. You can speed this up, I think. Yeah, there we go. So now you can see it goes from 25 seconds, 27, 31, 34, 37, 40. Kind of jumps 3 seconds per second, basically. So I say when it touches 273.03, it would be a good deal. But if it doesn't, it could start, if it starts breaking highs here, then, which it kind of did with the wick, but I want to see it close above that, right? Because it can always start breaking lows because the candle hasn't closed. That's another thing you could write down, Chandler, is wait for the close of the candle. It's a part of my strategy also, and we've discussed this in Discord multiple times. But wait for the close of the candle because see, if somebody were to see that red candle, they would freak out and be like, "Oh my gosh!" But now look what it's doing. It's completely green. It's the complete opposite candle. And it's breaking highs. But now look what it's doing. If it closes red way down here, then I wouldn't invest. But if it closed up here, right where it's at right now, then I'd probably take a position. So you can go to trade. It's going to be kind of laggy. We're on May 14th. Let's go to May 16th just for the test. Typically, you want to do a week out. That way, the theta doesn't kill you. I know this seems a little complicated, Chandler. You don't have to focus on this too much. I'll make a video over option trading one day. But so we got our calls here and our puts here. So calls going up and puts going down is shorting the stock. Um, So we got 274. What price are we at right now? 274 is up here. Yeah. So typically, let's see, that's the 5 minute chart. I'm using zero indicators, so I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so it's kind of overbought. All right, there's a previous resistance. It just broke highs. Let's see if it pulls back down. Let's see. And it doesn't have to. I'm just watching it. It's all about watching and kind of seeing where it goes from there. I think you can also, if you really wanted to, it's kind of getting laggy. But if you really wanted to, you can also skip the time forward here by hitting the plus arrow and then hit go. It kind of buffers like it's doing now when you do that. So I probably wouldn't recommend doing it too much. This plus exams equal meltdown. No, oh gosh, I could. Oh, I bet. Study hard this summer. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I am pumped. Let's see. It's a little overbought here. I wouldn't take a position. Although, I was looking for one. And I will again for 274. So I'd buy a call. Um, I'd buy a call at 117 here. So you can go ahead and get the ticket ready and kind of just see what your price would be. So if I were to buy 50 contracts, that would cost me $1.17 as of right now, which it should be cheaper when it pulls back. Um, that would cost me cost of trade $5,850. So let's exit out of that and we'll keep the ticket open uh, just in case. So now we can go back to the chart, and if we need to hurry up into a rush, we already got it open. We can just hit confirm and then send, and it sends our order. I always get mine prepared. This thing is buffering. I'm probably messing up the live stream like crazy. I apologize. When my teacher gives me a 10-paper essay to do over the summer, I want what I want. This is way more important. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let you. That's up to you and your thoughts. But that's exactly what I was kind of thinking too. Um, School is very important. Education is important, but I think one thing that people misunderstand is, I don't knock on schools. Schools are a wonderful thing. People go there to be educated, but one thing that people don't understand um, is that you don't have to go to a building or a certain person to be educated. That's one thing people really don't understand is people mistake this all the time, saying if you don't go to college, you're not going to be an educated person. No, going to a specific building to get educated is just the same as going to your laptop and getting educated, right? You can get educated in your own way. Um, a lot of people misunderstand that. It gets on my nerves too. Uh, Hang on. I want to see what it's doing. I'm going to fast forward to 9:45. See what went on there. Next Einstein right here. Heck yeah, you go for it. Let's see. See, it's pretty slow to be honest. It's a little slow, but do you see what happened here? Exactly what I planned. Exactly what happened. I just called it out. I said, when it comes back down, it touched my support area, right? It bounced on the support area, and now it's breaking highs again. Um, I could even take a position right here. Technically speaking, this wouldn't be the smartest idea. I could actually lose money here. Let's just be crazy and buy. Uh, let's buy 3,000 contracts. That's gonna cost. Oh yeah, wait. What am I doing? Sorry, out of my mind. Um, we'll buy 1250. Am I able? Oh wait, no, it did not. Oh my gosh, 12,000. Are you kidding me? All right, 1250. There we go. It's like you accidentally sent an order on your real account. Oh gosh, that would stink. Yeah, not 200,000. I got 100,000. Let's see. Let's see if we can do 950 contracts. Just to mess around. If you had $1,000 in your account and it was low rush, how many? How many would you invest? Oh, and it was low risk. Honestly, I know this sounds really silly, but we kind of minimize our risk in the trading. A lot of people didn't understand this in Discord. I roll over my account when I play with $1,000. A lot of times I trade with $1,000. You don't want to do that though if you don't understand how to minimize risk. And I stress that so much because a lot of people actually think they understand when they don't. Um, and I sometimes get myself to understand. Maybe I don't truly understand, but like you know you got to be very, very careful because you can lose all your money very quickly that way. If you're beginning at trading, trade about, 40-50% of your profile, so of your portfolio. So then you want to be trading about 500 bucks, maybe 550. Um, and then that would be decent. But you don't want to hang on. I want to see something. Yeah, but typically if you know how to manage your risk, then I would probably trade with I'd roll over my account. That's how you grow it fast. If you want to get rich quick, that's going to be the way to do it. But then again, you do need to understand how to manage the risk. And I'll make some more videos on that, kind of more detailed videos on it. The videos I've made are kind of just to get people's word out there, saying, hey, I'm making a YouTube channel, and I needed a couple of videos up there for people to at least kind of focus on and watch to get a gist of what I'm teaching, but and what it's about. But here soon, you guys are going to see my channel rocket off probably because I'm gonna start releasing some really good content, some really good quality videos. Um, Actually, two of my videos have already hit top five. One video hit top five, and I believe that was the beginning strategy for beginners, beginner to pro. That video has hit top five on one of my tags, and the other video has hit top six. I forget what video. Oh, it's the downtrend video. That one actually has my most views. I think it's setting at like um, 1,000 views or something like right now. Um, which don't get me wrong, I know that's not a lot, but it's only been about a week. Not even that actually. So it's pretty decent. Um, But yeah, I'm about to be releasing some really good content about trading, and you're gonna want to focus because I promise you, I'm not gonna be like one of those other traders that kind of give you bogus crap just so you can open up a course and then tell them the full information in the course. That's not how it's gonna go. I'm gonna teach 100% on the YouTube channel, and the reason I'm doing that is also to benefit me, not just to benefit other people, but me also. Like, I'm not gonna be selling anything at all, uh, but it will build my community to where I'll be able to, talk to people about other things, about, having my network, having my connections. Um, and not only that, I want to be and one reason I think it can kick off is because there is not one YouTube channel out there that does this. There really isn't. There is not, there is always a catch to something. Let me just tell you. Stock market seems like a consistent learning process, to be honest. Constant learning process. I definitely agree. I agree. You know what? I still learn to this day sometimes. You'll eventually get something down to where you don't learn as much. Like you always will learn. You will always grow. But kind of like how my strategy goes, like the higher highs by the higher lows, the week expiration date so the theta doesn't get your it doesn't like kill your price. All that stuff kind of settles in to where you don't have to learn anything else. It's fun too, actually, in my opinion. I love learning. That's why I want to build a community. But a lot of times, I don't know if you've heard this, but a lot of traders' mistakes are uh, changing strategies. They can't stick with one. Sometimes they actually hit a strategy that works and they just can't stick to it because they keep learning other strategies and trying them. A lot of times people just want to stick to one strategy and just continue that strategy. I've noticed that. That is definitely a pattern. I'm going to skip 2 minutes. Watch this thing come down. Wouldn't there be something? Yeah, look at that pullback right there. Oh gosh, that's why you don't want to buy the higher low. And I told you guys before I bought this, it's probably gonna come back down because it just broke highs. meaning it might come back down and then push up. It might push up right here. Let's see. We'll skip 2 minutes and see if we see a curl. If not, then we can see lower lows. Yes, we saw a curl right at my support. You can kind of see there that it resisted and then bounced on that support, and now we're making $1,200. So if we go to the monitor, um, again, you asked me earlier what P&L means, profit and loss on the day. We're up $1,200, and because it came back down and touched that resistance and pushed up, uh, just so you guys can kind of see that. And then we can look forward to it pushing up to, you know, I call out that 284 area just because, it kind of showed us the direction that people were willing to trade. Um, let's see, that candle right there isn't scaring me. I don't think it's closed yet. Is that candle closed? Maybe that candle is closed. We're about to find out. If this was real money, I definitely would not be doing this. Mine was, hmm, it was, like your P&L was still fluctuating as even without having shares. That's really odd. I don't know what that would be. Usually, maybe your shares weren't filled right away, and then they finally filled in. Probably still had a position. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe because a lot of times when you send your order in, a lot of times it won't fill it right off the bat. It'll just it'll kind of hold in there and fluctuate until it hits that price that you're going for. Now we're making $9,200 on the day. And this obviously it's a virtual world, but $9,200, and we bought in here whenever it came back down, right? Or we bought in here, and then it came back down and hit this resistance, new support, and pushed up, and it's heading towards that 284 area, which is where I typically would want to sell. Thinkorswim was paper money, yeah. Okay, I know what he was going for right there. If it was Robinhood, it's because they're taking your money. I don't even want to talk about Robin Hood. Yeah, I get them out of my chat. I don't like Robin Hood. No, don't get me wrong. Great kudos for them. They got free commission rates or whatnot, but like no fees. That's cool. But they legitly took my money. It wouldn't email me. I blew up their email. Wouldn't email me back. If that's not suspicious, I don't know what isn't. So like I don't know. That's messed up. Did you accidentally sell too many shares? You might now be shorting that. Yeah, that could happen too. Like if you buy 10 shares and then you sell 15 shares, now you're shorting 5 shares. Because your 10 calls were filled, but now you sold extra 5 shares, which selling negative 5 shares that you don't have is shorting the stock. But yeah, you guys can basically just saw what I was doing there, what I was trying to call out. This is a good way to learn. On demand's awesome. I wish they'd fix the glitching issues a little bit more, but definitely is awesome. Live trading news. Here's the live trading news, which is, don't get me wrong, it's pretty cool, but I think it distracts a lot of people, to be honest. Um, make sure you're 0, not plus 10 or negative 10. Perfect. Yeah, I definitely agree. Definitely agreed. And I've been there countless of times. Actually, when I first started option trading, it was unreal on the things I went through with real money. I kid you not, it wasn't paper money. Like I was trading real money when I first started jumping into options. Um, I was so confused because there was times that the stock was going up in my direction and I was losing money. I didn't realize there was theta. I didn't realize, the delta, all this other stuff. But theta is the number one thing you want to pay attention to. But let's just put it simply. If you go to option trade, focus on a week expiration. You'll see dates, and those dates are what you want to focus on a week expiration so that you, as a day trade, not so you can sell it next week, but so you can sell it that day. That way the theta won't kick your butt like it does most of us. I have to go to bed. Do you want to join voice chat tomorrow morning? Um, how long did you do paper money before you switched to real? Um, I'll answer both of you really quick. Um, Jason, all right, thank you for joining the live stream. I really do appreciate that. I can try to join the voice chat. I can't promise you that it'll work. My signal has been terrible, absolutely terrible. Um, I'm going to be in a place called Elkin tomorrow, tomorrow morning really early. So I'll try to jump in there. I'll message you on Instagram if anything. Go to like a McDonald's or something. See if I can do it there. um, every town has a McDonald's. How long did you do paper? Oh, all right. See you later, Jason. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow for investing. Sweet. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, Chandler, I proved myself multiple times, but I started hitting this streak where I would have to prove myself 5 times. 5 times. What I mean, I don't mean making five green day trades. There was times I made month day trades and then the one bad trade wiped out my entire month of profits on the paper account. Um, I had to prove myself that I can trade from $500 or 1,000. I did 1,000 actually, probably more often than five. Um, so start with $1,000 and prove to yourself you can grow it to about 25,000. And once you grow it to 25,000, reset that thing back to 1,000, do it again, and then do it again, do it again, do it again, and do it again. I know that sounds annoying, but that is way better than losing your real money because I've lost a lot of money in the stock market. Ooh, I kid you not, it's a lot. Um, I don't know if it'll show you on here, but you basically just go, yeah. So it's not going to show me, but I'll show you where it is. You go to monitor on your, when you're on your paper account, you go to monitor, and then you'll go over to, oh, we're making money. You'll go over to, I think around this area, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere around here. I haven't seen it in a long time. Um, I think it's in this area on, it's on the monitor tab. I know that. And I think it's in this area. It'll say uh, adjust positions, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but it'll say adjust something. I think it's a position. It'll say adjust position. You click on that, and then you'll highlight the whole thing and put 1,000. Hit the check box, and then uncheck the box, and then because it's like a glitch or something, um, and then hit OK, and it should put your account around $1,000, um, or your wanted amount. I could be it might not say exactly what I just said because I haven't done that in a long time, but I do know it's on the monitor tab and it'll say adjust something, and then you click on that, and that's where you can adjust the cache, and you just kind of play around with it. But yeah, I'm gonna end the live stream. I went a little past what I was supposed to, but I have a bad habit of that. I need to start sticking to my times. But thank you for joining, Chandler, and also Jason that has already went to bed, I think. So I don't even know why I'm saying this right now. But yeah, thank you guys for joining the live stream. It really does mean a lot. Um, I'm going to be making a sick video tomorrow. I actually cannot wait to get back home so I can make this video. Um, I think I might put a poll on Instagram tomorrow on my Instagram story to see if you guys want to vote on what video should be made. Uh, but I have a couple in mind and I'll post it tomorrow morning. Ricky Gutierrez. What in the world? Okay. Um, yeah, so make some green gains tomorrow. Hopefully, yeah. If anything, I'll cut a $40 profit before I cut a negative $40 loss. Um, yeah, we'll see what the patterns are doing tomorrow. Um, I'll be on Instagram like always. I'll probably like I said earlier, I'm looking for a call due to the pattern it's on. It's on its high or low, technically speaking. We want to see it break highs though before we take a position, and then we'll buy whenever it pulls back down, kind of like we did here. It broke highs, and then it pulled back, and then it broke highs, and then it pulled back, and we bought, and then it pushed up. But yeah, same concept. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll message you on Instagram if you'd like me to, so that we can kind of go over a couple things. Like when I'm taking a position, I'll let you know like what I think is good about the stock, and you can kind of let me know your insights on it. That way you can get better at it, and we can kind of uh, grow your account, like but with your own information, without me telling you where to buy and sell. You know what I'm saying? So like That way I can actually get you to learn it. Um, oh, Shirley Lewis just joined. Hey, hey Shirley, I am so sorry. I was just ending the live stream. I was just ending the live stream. Sounds good. Um, that stinks. Okay, yeah, I really do apologize. That was like bad timing to say hi, everybody. But look, um, you can stay tuned. We're going to be doing live streams every single night. Just subscribe, and we'll probably do another one tomorrow night around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Um, if you want, you can join my Instagram. It's in the link in the description, or just subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification. Either one will work. Usually, I'll post on Instagram whenever I start to go live, or whatnot. I know. I'm sorry, Shirley. Oh gosh, I apologize. That really stinks because you're like the first like new person that kind of popped in. It was Chandler, and then Jason's been around for a while. He just kind of hopped in there, and then you just came in. Um, we'll we'll do another live stream, definitely. But yeah, I have a long day tomorrow. I'll post my desired entries and exits on my Instagram story tomorrow morning, so you guys can kind of see my insights on it. Today was a good trading day. Typically, whoever's in a swing trade, which Jason is, that's why I said that on my Instagram story. Whoever's in a swing trade, they're doing pretty decent right now on SPY because it is making a recovery. Excuse me, but I set up my previous resistance to be consistent and just to make sure that I'm overall growing my account and profiting. That is again my strategy is to sell at its previous resistance, um, you know, because it always either pulls back or it continues up. But why risk the pullback if you could sell at a nice profit? So you guys enter at $28 with a stop loss of $2. Okay, okay, Shirley, all right, okay. Um, Definitely. Hey, so I would love to see you stick around, and we'll kind of go over this in our tomorrow live stream. I'll go over D gas and U gas with you. I like looking at natural gas. I love trading those. Now those don't have options, but I love trading natural gas. I am very good with them actually. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I love natural gas. I don't usually share that though. But we'll go over that tomorrow. Um, but thank you for joining. So I'm gonna hit the hay real quick, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's live stream. Thank you guys.